Hi everyone, Happy Out Home here. It has been a while. I don't think I've talked to you since last year, so I just wanted to pop on and say hi, tell you all what I have been up to, check on you all to make sure you all are doing okay. We've had such a big storm on the East Coast last weekend, and so we've all been dealing with issues from the storm, and schools have been closed for the last week. We're waiting to hear what's going to happen next week, if they're going to reopen, but there's still just so much ice and piles of snow, and the walkways are not passable for the kids to walk, so we're not sure what's going to go on. But we got really pounded last week with a storm. We probably got in the Nova area, probably about 8 to 10 inches, but it was sleet, freezing rain, snow, and very difficult to dig out from. So besides all of that, it's so insanely cold. I mean, with the wind chill, we're in the single digits and sometimes below. I know a lot of you are probably used to that type of weather, but we haven't seen cold weather temperatures like that in 30 years. So for us, it is a lot. It is a big deal. Luckily, we have not lost power, thank goodness. But it is so insanely cold. I mean, you could just like feel it in your bones when that bitter cold hits you. And all you want to do is stay inside under a warm blanket. I mean, in sweats, under a warm blanket, cuddled up, watching TV or doing nothing. That is all you want to do when it is this cold. But you can't, because you have things to do. You need to go outside. You need to dig yourself out of the driveway, so we can get the car out. And so it's been a whole thing. So that's been our January, and now coming into February. But so besides all of those weather issues, and I hope you all are staying very warm and you've managed to dig your way out, all of you on the East Coast that have been dealing with this treacherous storm. And we're certainly not out of the woods yet. We have continued cold temperatures and probably another storm coming. I don't know, there was one scheduled for today. I think it took a different path, but I think we have probably a couple more coming before we see the end of this. So anyway, so back to home projects. When I am able to get myself off of the sofa and motivated to do something, I have been working and thinking about projects and meeting with people and trying to move projects forward. I have so many ideas in my head on what to do, and when I did the house tour, I think I showed you all a lot of the projects that I want to do. My closet being a big one, so I've been meeting with a closet design person to figure all that out. I've met with someone to do the pre-construction to get the room ready for that, so kind of working on that project. I'm working on also a foyer project. That'll be my next video. I'll update you on what I'm doing with the foyer and the walls. But one thing I really want to work on, so I'm in our family room here, and our TV is just and I'm going to turn this around and show you all what I'm thinking, and I want to actually get your opinion and your input on designs. Maybe you can help me lean towards a certain way. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. So I will show you that in a minute. Yeah, so that is my number one project right now for this room, to get it usable. So our TV is sitting on the hearth, the fireplace hearth. I haven't hung it yet because I want to redo the fireplace. So that is the project that I am presently working on, and would love to hear your input and ideas on it. And I'm going to show you pictures in this video about ideas that I have, and I would love to hear your ideas too, because all of you have such good ideas, and I've gotten lots of opinions and inspiration from things that you all have told me. So I would love to hear what you think about that. So, okay, without further ado, I will turn this around and show you what's going on in this space. This is currently the fireplace situation. Yes, that is the TV that is sitting on top of the hearth. Have not been able to use the gas fireplace, which would be fabulous right about now considering how cold everything is. But we have not, because the TV is sitting here. I would like to get a TV hung. I will get a smaller one than this. This came from my prior home, headed to the living room, so I just put it in here, but it is a little bit too big for the space. I mean, technically it could fit, but I just don't think it's gonna look great, so I'm not gonna do that. I will get a smaller one. I have this big stone fireplace, which I don't have a problem with. I think I would like something just a little bit more traditional. But with that being said, you know, I certainly am willing to try different things before I start ripping this out. So I have talked to a contractor and found out, you know, what it would take to rip it out and maybe build another one, which is one of the options. But this is what I want to get your all opinion on. So a couple things I'm thinking about. Number one, to rip all the stone out and put in like a limestone fireplace, you know, a limestone surround. So that is one idea. So second idea I am thinking about is a fireplace box. They're made out of limestone, different types of materials, and it's sort of just like a picture box around the fireplace insert. That is a second idea. The third idea is to rip everything down and just to build a traditional wood mantle. So those are three ideas that I have. I do have an additional idea. So I want your opinion on all those three, but a fourth idea that I'm kind of considering before I do rip all of this out is to maybe try to paint the fireplace what I have now. So it is, you know, it is a stone fireplace, and the grout is, you know, it's like a gray grout. I mean, you know, the stone, again, I don't have any problem with it. I mean, the mantle is really nice. It's like, you know, a big stone mantle. Okay, let me show you behind here what we're looking at. But, you know, it's a rather big gas insert. So, I don't know. You know, have you all heard of, I guess they're just different ways to call it, like, could be called like a German schmear or a over grouting process, just to give it like a really old world look on, you know, the fireplaces, you know, that they had, you know, very, very long time ago. I don't know. Before I rip it out, I kind of want to try something like that. Let me know what you all think. Have you tried it? Do you like the look? In some pictures I've seen, I really like the way it looks, but of course, I don't know if I'm going to be able to achieve that, but I figure if I'm willing to rip it out and I hate it, you know, may as well just try that before I rip it out. That's kind of one of my thoughts at the moment. And in addition, so I have these shelves over here on the left, which are great, but I do want to add another shelf in the middle, which to do that, I'm gonna have to sort of redo everything, and I want to add lights to it, and I want to get rid of this bar in the middle and just have, you know, 4 shelves going across. And on this side as well, as you can see, there are no inserts for pins to put a shelf here. It was left this way to put the TV there. You know, so when it was created, that was the idea, and then not put the TV over the fireplace. So I do have to have someone come in and rework the book shelving, and I would like to, you know, maybe put a light on top, a picture light to look down on it. So that is an idea too. So please all let me know what your thoughts are for this project. I do want to get it going relatively soon. And in addition, you know, you can see the wire to the TV is over, you know, here. So that needs to be rerun to go into the back of the fireplace. And so there's a bunch of electrical that needs to be done as well. Wanted to mention that. But yes, please let me know what you think, what your thoughts are on this process. And I will certainly give you an update as to what I decide and the direction I decide to take. And as I said, the next video, I'm going to focus on our foyer. I've already started doing some work in the foyer, and so hopefully I will have an update for you there. But I really want your opinions on what to do with this whole fireplace, and I would love to hear your thoughts. Okay, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I have missed you all, and I hope to talk to you more often. All right, guys, take care. Bye.